Yeah, today I wanted to share with you what I do every single day in Facebook groups that made me, $8,000 last month. And when I say that, thank you for the hearts. When I say that, what I mean is it gave me $8,000 in sales because I was attracting ideal clients to sell to, because that's the most important thing in business, right? Besides loving what we do, of course. So I just kind of wanted to share with you what I do every day. That's why I didn't really plan this out. So thank you for being here. If you don't know me, I am Taylor Manning with TaylorManningCreative.com, and I help women take their offline expertise and turn it into a thriving online business through a marketing strategy that they love and actually enjoy and that doesn't stress them out, right? Okay. Thank you. Hey, Emily. And also, I'm feeling really hyper and happy and giggly because my group is still growing, and it's literally people are posting the sweetest things and the most hilarious things, and we're sending each other stickers, and those just crack me up for some reason. So that's why I was just laughing, because I was just looking at those pop up. So I'm sorry. Okay, so let's get into the good stuff, right? So here's what I do every single day, and I'm not saying that this is the only way to get results, because you guys know that I don't teach like that. This is just what I do, and I will explain to you what I used to do that also worked. But this is me recently really stepping my game and visibility up. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 groups that are my favorites. I actually do really love all of them. All of them I'm allowed to promote in. I'm allowed to put links in. And all of them have really good engagement. So that's 2 things that I look for. Now, there are groups that I love that you cannot promote in, and there are groups that I love that you can't promote in that I've gotten clients from. But the groups that I really focus, thank you for sharing, the groups that I really focus on participating in, hey Paige, are ones that I can post links, because I don't like to be too careful, you know what I mean? So anyway, you can pick your own groups based on what you want, but that's just how I personally do it. So 7 groups, that's a bit much than I would suggest starting out with, but that's what I'm doing right now, and I post 3 times a day in each. Now, I only do 3 posts total a day, and this is where you guys are going to be like, Taylor, you are crazy, because I have 3 times, okay? So it's 8 a.m., noon, 5 p.m., and I have that in my calendar, a daily task, not on weekends though, but just weekdays. And so this is where it's going to be confusing, but I post 1 post in the first 2 groups. I'm in Eastern time. I post 1 post in the second 2 groups, and then I post the 3rd post in the last 3 groups at 8, and then I like cycle it. So at noon, I use those same posts, but I just cycle them, if that makes sense. And then at 5, I do the same thing. So it is actually really working, although every time I tell people that, they think I'm crazy, and they think it's a bit much. But it's working, right? So, I mean, I had 8,000 in sales yesterday, and every single one of those people found me from Facebook groups. So what are the topics of my posts? So as you know, I talk about marketing. So a lot of them are about list building, social media, copy, finding your message, things like that. Those are typically what they're about, but how I do it is I do 2 posts that are value packed, like no pitch, no link, no anything, just tips. And then I put an image with those, which is new. But in the past, like I really just started that this week, making an image for all of them. But really an image isn't necessary, but I think it works really well so far, and I think it helps it get noticed. So I suggest an image with at least most of them. But those are just value. And then I do 1 every single day that's a promotional one to free content. I never pitch anything that's a sale, to buy something. I only post, like right now I am promoting my live training that's Friday about how I grew my group by 800 people in 1 day, which is insane. And I'm going to share what I did specifically for that, but also really my top tips for Facebook groups in general. So that's what I do. 2 value, 1 promotion, and then I cycle those through. So I hope that makes sense, guys. Let me know if you have any other questions or if that's just flat out confusing. But yeah, on the note of my live training on Friday while we wait for any questions, awesome, cool. So here, I'm going to show you what the page looks like. This is what it looks like. And if you want to sign up, you can go to TaylorManningCreative.com/epic, EPIC. and it's going to be epic, I promise. That's why I made that the link. It's literally, I'm going to show you what I did to have that insane growth in one day, which might have just been part luck, to be honest, but I'm going to show you it. And then I'm also going to show you, I'm going to go over the whole, what I did last month. I'll talk about that, Elizabeth. I'm going to talk about what I did to get 8,000 in sales, also where I'm at this month, and really just show you my strategy like I told you guys just now, but more in depth. Show you some posts that I do, answer everyone's questions, a live Q&A. Oh, thank you. So anything you want to know about Facebook groups, if you're there, you can do that in the Q&A. And Elizabeth asked, won't it look spammy if... Oh, thank you. Won't it look spammy if it says that I posted in 3 groups? So here's the thing is that it does to some people for sure. And since normally I post in 2 at a time, it typically works out where it doesn't show people that. But honestly, sometimes it picks it up and it says Taylor posted this in 7 groups today. Not often, but it does. And yeah, it probably does look spammy to some people. But I mean, like, honestly though, here's the thing. I actually had a pretty, big name in the industry message me and tell me that I need to stop doing that and it looks spammy. But I ignored the message because it's working for me right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, Elizabeth, I totally get why you ask. And for me, I see it and it doesn't bother me because I know that we're really just trying to get our message out there. And honestly, what I was about to say is that I've literally had people today, I had 2 people comment on my posts and thank me for the great value that I've been sharing in groups lately. Right there in other groups, not mine. And I had like 5 people in my group today create posts for me thanking me for my content. So I don't feel bad about it at this point. Do I think I'll do that forever? I hope I get to a point where I have to post once a day in only my group. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Just to keep growing my group by 800 a day and I'll never have to post in another group. No, I don't. If you watch my scope from yesterday, which was on Catch, you'll hear the story about how that actually didn't go over that well in some other groups, my post blowing up like that. Thank you for the hearts, guys. And it's funny because as you start growing, some people are going to love it and some people are going to become your raving fans, your best friends online, your supporters, and some people are not going to like it. And so it's kind of about blocking some of that out and making your own rules. So here's the thing. You're allowed. Yeah, ignore the naysayers. You're allowed to post in 50 groups if you want the same post. You make your own rules. It's not against Facebook rules, so it's your rule. Now, I don't suggest posting in 50 groups, but what I'm just saying is if it feels bad to you, if it makes you feel spammy, don't do it. If it feels good to you, then it'll probably work. Or if you get some really, really bad feedback, you can take that into consideration. But me, I get more good feedback than bad. You know what I mean? Thank you for the hearts, guys. Yeah, screw imaginary rules, for sure. Elizabeth, it's just going to be audio again. Although, good question. Maybe I need to make it video, don't I? Because I want to show people my post, but I was going to just do it on Instant Teleseminar again. Angie, I'm sorry. Someone just asked, GoTo. Yeah, I've been using GoToWebinar with my client Angie, and she loves it. Someone asked, was I selling my services? So I have 2 services that I provide. One is my 4-month program. I sold one of those last month, to be honest. And then the other is my monthly Facebook ads package, and I sold like 4 of those. And then I had a couple clients who were from the past who were just keep paying me for some other things. Send the viewable stuff in a pre-call workbook. Good idea, Elizabeth. I'm glad you brought that up because honestly, I was not thinking about it at all. No, the growth in my group was so sudden and I was like, this is going to be a great, honestly, if we're talking strategy, I was like, I have to do something right now to get these people in my group on my list ASAP. Because me and Elizabeth actually did an interview on Blab where I talked about my group. And then she asked if my group was helping me grow my list. And I said, honestly, not at this point because people are getting on my list and then my group. But now these 800 people who just joined my group are not on my list. So I need to get these 800 people on my list. So I haven't put a lot of thought into the training yet, to be honest, but it's going to be awesome for sure. And I need to think about that. So I'm glad you brought it up. I don't want to leave, guys, if you're going to keep giving me all these hearts. I just want to sit here and smile for you. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, nobody wants me to sit here and smile. All right. Well, oh, another question. Are you offering services? Like, Genesis, I know your name, Bettina. I know your name, I know that. No worries. Okay, yeah, you already asked that. I'll repeat myself for you, though, because you're always here. I'm sorry you guys are losing connection. So as far as services go, I have 2 things I sell. I sell my 4-month program, and I sell a Facebook ads monthly package. That's what I sold. I had a couple that, like maybe on 2, right around 2,000, that were clients who pay hourly or have me do done-for-you services who are kind of old, but they're actually from Facebook groups too. So I sold 1 4-month program last month. I sold like 4 Facebook ad monthly programs. What groups? The monthly package is I'll just tell you what it is. I do their Facebook ads for them, 3 campaigns for $1,000, unlimited support for the month. So that's what they buy. It's not a subscription. What did you just ask? What groups are the best to post in? Good question. Mine? No, I'm just kidding. When I don't know what your target market is, I could share with you the groups I post in, but they're for entrepreneurs. And Joe's. Mine and Joe's, that's it. I wouldn't suggest posting anywhere else. Anyway, no, I think when you go to a group, here's what I look for. I like it to have a big reach. I like it to have at least 2,000-ish people, but honestly, that's not the that's not the, most important thing. But anyway, a good amount of people for me to spend my time in, but then I also like to make sure I'm allowed to promote, so that way when I do want to post about a webinar or a freebie, I don't have to worry about it. And then what I literally do, I'll show you what I do. Okay, I'll show you one of my favorite groups. I really like this group right now. It's called Society of Self-Mastery. So I see that there's a good amount of the members. I read her rules, right? And it literally says, I already know her rules. You're always welcome to share free trainings and offers, helpful content, blog posts, questions, stories, motivation. I'm like, okay, cool, so I can promote my webinars. Then I scroll through and I say, okay, do people's stuff have comments, or is everybody posting freebies? Okay. Look, you see all those comments? I mean, like, a couple of them don't, but that's okay. But look, that's a good amount of comments, right? Everyone's getting a little engagement. I'm just flipping this. Then I say, okay, that's probably a good group, and I start posting there. And then after a few weeks, I'll go back and check. If I realize that, oh man, nobody's even liked my stuff, I don't really feel very welcome, I'll just try a new group. But those are the first things I look for. And then I look on the engagement on my posts. That group is called Society of Self-Mastery. I'll show you it. Dorison's group. If you want to look it up, it's really good. There you go, screenshot it. I like that one. I like Lady Boss Lifestyle is a good one. The Entrepreneur Incubator, I used to use, let me make sure that's the group. It's pretty big, right? Like 10,000. Let me go look it up though. But I remember that one didn't seem like a lot of engagement. I just sounded out. Don't tell anybody. So look, 11 in this group. That's really good. And you're allowed to promote. But look, 3 comments, 8 comments, none. I mean, there's some decent comments. I mean, this is like a quick way to check. But look, 1, none, none, a few, none, none, a few, a few, a few. A few, none, 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 none. So yeah, not that great of engagement actually. You gotta scroll down farther because those posts at the top with the comments, are the popular posts right now. I know, did you see me kind of scroll back up to Mel for a second? I was like, wait a minute. I was about to scroll back up to her. I guess she posts there. But I don't know. I don't use that group right now. But I mean, if I really wanted to, like, maybe now that you brought it up, I might promo in there one time. But I really like to find groups where I get comments. And it's hard because a lot of people are starting to use Facebook groups to drop their stuff and run. But there are definitely groups that have engagement, and it's just finding them. And also your posts have to be good, of course, but thank you guys for being here. I'm glad that we had a lot of questions. It was awesome. Now we're silent. I hope it's working. I have a post doing well. Women inspiring women. I love that one. No, actually, Women Inspiring Women is where my post, let me look it up for you guys. I'll show you. The post that grew my group by 800 people. I showed it yesterday, but if you weren't here, I'll show you right now. If it's still there, right? It's okay, Angie. Okay, this post got 104 comments. I posted it in 5 groups on Monday, and it grew my group by 100 people. This was literally it. This is the only post. Hold on, let me press see more for you guys. So I added the link in because the comments got outrageous. But what it said can you guys read that? It might be blurry. But what it said, look at all these comments. It told them to say, give me that spreadsheet. That person didn't write it out. It said, if you want this spreadsheet, comment, give me this spreadsheet. This is literally what I did. Hey, love, when you join my Facebook group, blah, 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 the link to the Dropbox folder with the spreadsheet is in the group description, plus more free goodies. That literally got me 800 people in my group. That's all I did. I don't know how it happened. I think it was luck. No, I didn't have them opt in, which I should have probably. Thanks, Andrea. But now, when that happened, I said, okay, I need to make a training on this. I need to show people what I did, and then I'll just share some other group tips, because groups are my thing, like I'm talking about now. So that's when I made this training. Yeah, that's what I did. So I made this training on how I grew my Facebook group by 800 ideal clients in under 24 hours. That way, thank you for the hearts. That way, when all these people were seeing it happen, literally people were in my group saying, oh my God, what's the number up to now? I can't believe we're watching this right now. So there was so much, like, I guess hype, I don't know, about it growing so fast, and people were like checking in and seeing the numbers, and like I said, I'm gonna when it hit 200 people and I saw it was gonna keep going, I said, let's try 500. And in my head I was like, that's a little insane. So I made this little checklist where it was like, okay, when it hits this number, that's 5. When it hits this number, that's 600. It literally hit 800 people the next morning. So that's why I made this training. So now all those people who are like mind blown can sign up for that. And let's see. 700. I had 260 people sign up for that right now. I need all 800 of them too, but I don't think they're gonna. But anyway, I mean, that's pretty good. Thank you for the hearts. All right. I gotta do stuff probably. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you were here. It was awesome. All right, guys, I'm gonna go too. I have to get some stuff done, but I will be back tomorrow. So see you tomorrow.